Orca, this is an important. I have to do something, kitty. I have to do a test. So you have to move your little body out of the way. I know. Oh, up and down. There you go. Okay, this is the important test, folks. We're going to. These pens have been capped all night long. These have the carbon ink. And I'm going to make a prediction that they will not want to write immediately. You might have to coax them a bit. Maybe by dipping them in water or something just to make them moist. I have a feeling that they just don't want to start up. So we'll start with this one. Schaefer pen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, now if I opened any pen that had normal ink in it, it writes right away. But this is carbon ink, which requires this. I don't know what it requires. We'll dip it in a little bit of water just to, come on, wake up. So, you just have to wake it up with water. Now, it might. Well, anyway, we'll try this one. Come on. Water. Well, I think that's the issue. You do have to start with water. And I think that's the case. It was the case yesterday after just a few hours of neglecting the pen and then coming back to draw with it. I had to start with water. So I'm going to fill up a couple more of these pens with this ink. And this weekend, it might be tomorrow or Sunday, I don't know when, I will let some of my urban sketchers, if they want, try to draw with some of these pens, especially those that do the watercolor on top of it. And I think people who use this kind of ink you can buy fountain pens that have this ink already in them, made by the same company that makes the ink. But like all modern fountain pens, it probably doesn't have a nice, yummy, flexible nib like these old ones do. So maybe I can find out from them, people in the group, how many people use those pens, and I'll say, okay, so now you know what their ink is like. Because there are certain people that might use different pens with different kinds of ink, and I don't want to have them work on a masterpiece and go home and doesn't work the way they want it to do when they add the watercolor. So I really want to give them a little caveat ahead of time that these are filled with platinum carbon ink, and I'd like to have you people be my guinea pig, but I also don't want you to waste 2 hours of your time if you're unaware of or unused to this ink. The thing about Sketch Club is, or not Sketch Club, but Urban Sketchers is, I think most of the people that do these sketches think of the drawings they create a little bit more seriously than I think of the drawings I do. I treat them more as exercises, and they can be quite fun, and they can be quite beautiful, and they can be quite lovely, and you put a frame around them, they might even be valuable. But I don't draw them, for the most part, I don't draw them as sort of finished artwork. Because then I know I would seize up and I wouldn't be able to draw them or have fun. But I know that some people that do urban sketching, I think, are more serious. The output thing they end up with at the end of the day is a piece of art. The things I end up with remain sketches, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't consider them art. Though maybe I should. So anyway, people that are making finished product, I guess, I don't want to hand them something that they're going to be unhappy with, or they're going to say, you know, they're going to take me to court afterwards and say, you promised me this ink was going to work and it doesn't, and I ruined my artwork. And Judge Judy would have to, you know, to say, you know, come up with some sort of response, some sort of ruling on the People's Court. No, I don't. I'm exaggerating everything as usual. I don't. I think the urban sketchers are too nice to do anything like that. But I do think they, many of them anyway, I'm not going to say all of them, but I think many of them would be unhappy if they expected the ink to do one thing and it ends up doing another. But I think this passed my test in terms of the watercolor-ness of it, the watercolor ability of it. So I think it's okay. Anyway, I'm glad that they required only a little tiny bit of water to make them work. I will select some other pens to put this ink in, and hopefully we won't have any problems with those, or I won't have any problems with those. And we'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted.